Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Good morning, SNK. Good morning, Brad, James, Steven. Good morning, Omer. How are you? Here we go. Yeah, we're about to get into a 199 close, which is really gonna be an issue for the shorts right here. So there, you're seeing them playing around Globex right now. The 200 is short. The 100 is still fluctuating around Globex, and I'm looking for a close under 200, and that's going to lead us to a push if we get to below 200 for a nice little sell-off pressure, continuation pressure. You know, whenever the market is at that Globex, yeah, here we go. They're putting on they put on a switch trade and quickly moved. Yeah, the shorts are more dominant than the longs in and around this area. You have Harmony zone number one, which is 211 by 221, and you're looking again this zone number two is 36 by 46. So as long as those two zones are holding up, this market is all over the place. Yeah, I see the captain set up on the 50 NT Rinko. On the 50 NT Rinko, there's a captain set up long. So you got a couple things going on here. 261. If the market runs up to that level, yeah. Crude oil running up a little bit here, and we have ourselves 50 NT Rinko, one candle reversal, ES. They're putting on a captain setup long on the 20 on the 6 NT Rinko. And you see that push right here is going to be very significant. See how we came into the harmony zone number one, and the price collapsed. Yeah, we're testing the 50 NT Rinko captain setup. This is a time for us to really spend some time and just, you know, understand what the market is doing. Good morning, Joseine. Good morning, Brad. Good morning. James. Good morning. So you're seeing this back and forth, in and around Globex. So you're seeing where we at. We're within the Globex band. So if we're trading within the Globex band, then our intention should be on really under trading this market altogether. This is a consolidation sideways market. We need to see price action either break above 262 or trade under the 156 for momentum to be decisive. Where we at right now is a market that is simply going through rotations around Globex, and the purpose of the market doing this is to build up stops above and below the market for the eventual break. I'm gonna post an order out there just to see how well I'm getting. Yeah, okay, so my orders are coming out nice. The expectation is to see a push lower, really. Yeah, you're seeing a channel building up, and now the 200 and the 100 are in sync on the short side, and rallies are shortable against harmony zone number 2, which is 242 half. We should be seeing a push now that could take us to 80. Target number 2 is hit. So the big idea here is anything under 80 is going to be a significant selling pressure under that if the market does this, because you got 3 captain setups on the 50 NT Rinko. There are between 230 to 180. So it's a 50-point range where the market is really churning and consolidating. And if you start breaking anything under that level of 80, you're going to get a significant selling pressure. And if we start trading anything above 250, which is above harmony zone number 2, then the probability is that the market is going to make a reversal into the 300, then a break into 350. So those are the 2 levels in which we're looking to know how the market is behaving around it. Good morning, Robert. How are you? Nicholas, thank you very much. I saw them coming through, and I appreciate it greatly. Thank you. So we get the cloud positive. I mean, literally, they're just chopping here, and we need to be simply patient. Like literally, this is an area where you don't want to overcommit in any direction, and let the market sort itself out either above that 50 or below the 80, and just be patient and watch. Now, excuse me, if you see ES, I mean, ES is looking like anything for over 44, 45, excuse me, that'll be a captain setup switch trade long, and that will tend to push to the 50. So I'm going to be watching for that because that could be a catalyst for the market to push higher here if that formation presents itself in ES. Excuse me. Patience is the best trade right now. We're looking at 203 as a potential area. If we break below that, that's gonna create some momentum. Right now, the 200 and the 100 are in sync on the short side. So the bias, if there's any bias, is to really kind of look at this market from that perspective. Um, the stop to this idea is anything above 45. Yeah, we're gonna spend some time learning the price action and understanding the participants this morning. So we got another 15 minutes to the top of the hour. We don't have anything big as far as news. Huh. They're putting switch trades right here. That's almost like a rounding behavior. Market looks like it's just trying to push right here. So you see what happened at 40, 37.40. So now the 200 and the 100 are out of sync again. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that now we're going to have a two-sided market versus a bias to the short side, and a potential run up above that 50 can trigger buying the stops all the way to 63. So the market is just definitely pausing on the idea of the shorts right now. How would they resume it if they trade under 11? Right now, most likely we're going to see a little bit of buying interest coming through. And that's why we want to leave this area alone, because we want to see, these bigger levels, how are they getting handled? Here comes that 63. That's the market attempt at 63. Yeah, right when we broke that 37, that was an issue. That was an issue for the shorts. Here you go. Yeah, well, that's if we break that 63, then the target is closer to 300, and then we can, evaluate the market at that point. We're about to break that. I owe you some money. See how close we got to the top end of the Globex band, and also the 261. So I wanna see. I want to see continuation pressure. I want to see an attempt at the 60. Then I want to see a break above that 63.50, and that will lend itself to a target above that, which is target number 3 at 271.25. So we'll see what the market does here. They need to break that 61 level. They can't just come in here and stop on a dime. We've seen this before, and that tends to reverse the market significantly when they do that. So we need that break. It's a low probability event, but that doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Where the market gets so close to reversing that 200 NT wrinkle and then stop stop on a dime and reverse completely. It doesn't happen often. So typically, what it means whenever the market does this means it's getting very close. They're most likely going to fade people and then run back up to it and close it. Okay, so we got about 10, 11 minutes to the top of the hour. I'm going to step away for just a moment. All right, good morning, Hanson. How are you? All right, so what do we have here? What do we got going on here? We got ourselves a break and the reversal of the 200 NT Rinko. Now the market is in sync on the long side. The next target is 86, 86.75. Pullbacks are buyable. And that's what we kind of needed to see. We saw the rounding behavior. We saw the switch trade, another switch trade. We started to break above the 45, which is harmony zone number 2. We got to pull back into it and then a run up. And we talked about this right here. We said that it's just too close for them to completely reverse it, and the odds are they're just going to pull back into another run up. And that's kind of what we got ourselves into here. Okay, now where we at right now, we're looking for a pullback to get involved into, and we're about to hit the top of the hour. So I want to see how the top of the hour is working, and then start looking for entry points. Now what we have going on here, we have harmony zone number 1, which is 236.75 by 226.75, and then 211 by 201. So those are the two levels that the market needs to hold on any pullback. I mean, we had the unemployment rate and non-farm employment change, and so that news is behind us, and the only things left is in half an hour natural gas storage. Then later on, you have ECB President Lagarde speaks. It's not going to be as significant to us. So as far as the news cycle, we really don't have much news left. And if we're looking at ES, we're seeing how ES made a captain setup switch trade that we were talking about at 45, and now you're getting that drifty long behavior. Sheila, good morning. I don't know if I said good morning to you yet or not. So you have a 50 NT Rinko that's reversed, and looks like anything above 53 will reverse that again. So the pullbacks are buyable in NQ, and the pullbacks are buyable in ES against that low of 44.30. You cannot break that today. If the market wants to continue to be solid and strong, you have to protect that 44.33 to 30. That level needs to hold. All right, so we're getting a break of that trend line. Pullbacks are buyable. So we're getting a little bit of a, yeah, look at this. We're seeing a break, we're seeing a retest, and we're seeing a market that's holding. We see a new harmony wave building up right here. So this is a market that's going to head toward 86. We just need an entry point that's decent, and I'll jump in. I mean, be honest with you, that right here, that 69.70 was a good one. Yeah, we should see a burst of energy right now to the upside. And the stop to this rotation is 55. It should be happening fairly soon here. Here it comes. Really? Come on. We need 74. So from 70 to 78. Let's see if we can get another rotation back up there to 72. You don't want to see anything under 55. So right here, we needed to see better momentum, a lot better momentum. I mean, I can give it a shot around 66, 67 for a long and see how well the market behaves. Yeah, that's the market's struggling here. That's not good. That's not good. So we're breaking Yeah, we're breaking the trend line right here. So what we're getting right here is a distribution pattern where the market should have been producing momentum. So there's a captain set up short on the 50 NT Rinko. So we're most likely going to come in and retest 35. I mean, I can just jump in here. And I'm going to just put a stop right here. And the odds are I will get somewhere down here. Let's see if we can get my stop is my stop. Yeah. So it's 20-point stop basically. All right. We need to see 54 and a push toward 50. My stop is at 78. It's a little bit on the aggressive side, but you know, because the market overall is showing strength. But I'm looking at this 50 NT Rinko captain set up short, and looking at a potential push toward below 50. They're gonna come and get me on this one. I guess they could. Okay. Okay, picked up the first target. I want to see if I can get something bigger, but you know, I don't want to get greedy either, be honest with you. I'm just gonna go break even. Yeah, here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Okay. Don't get greedy, George. Don't get greedy, George. Don't get greedy, George. Don't get greedy. Don't get greedy. You don't get greedy. All right, I'll leave it right here. I have to talk myself into not getting greedy, because this is a good spot to really take it out. Really is. But I want to look for bigger targets. Yeah. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Thank you. Yeah, well, and done. That's a beauty. That's a beauty. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. No. It's gonna run, which is fine. Which is fine. You could tell that there was something wrong here. There was something wrong with with the way the market is behaving. It was not doing what it was supposed to do, and we just had to kind of read into it and find the trade. I don't know if any one of you jumped in on that trade in any way. So that one was an $831 trade on two contracts. So what are we seeing? We're seeing a market that flipped as you know it, Stephen. There's always there's always an exceptions, but we haven't gotten to the exceptions. We have to know the rules first. It's not necessarily discretion. I mean, what the market just literally told us via channels. So if I'm looking at this and I'm asking myself the following questions. All right, what do I expect to happen exactly right here? Like, and we were looking at it. What did we say? 86. Why? Why 86? Because you have the 200 NT Rinko, the 100 NT Rinko in sync. The market breaks it's within the channel, and it breaks the trend line, comes back and retests the trend line, and it give you a railroad long at 69.50. So what should I expect? Excuse me. Here, I simply should expect a run up to the 86.75. Why? Okay, because that is the next target, the next close for the 200 NT Rinko, and the market is lining itself up correctly. So I needed to get in no later than 69.75 for that rotation, and I should be expecting 86. Okay, so what happened? Why? Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Uh-oh, we're breaking that channel. Okay? Now, right here, they had a chance. Why are they putting a switch trade short right here? against that channel, and why they're breaking this trend line and moving lower. That is not what I should be expecting here. Okay, now guess what? All right, that means look at this. Captain set up short on the 50 NT Rinko. That's the signal. So once the market closed at 55, I had basically two setups at that point. Get involved, and that's an aggressive N at 55, but I have to have the capacity to add to it and put a stop exactly at the wick high of this formation. And that will be 77. Excuse me, 70, 78, 77. Okay? So what did the market do? Okay? Ran up to the middle of the range. That's a spot. I wasn't happy with this, be honest with you. That move, but I have my stop right there. I ain't gonna move that stop. Simply it's gonna be there. Okay? So what did the market do? Reversed against that trend line and establishing a new channel. Okay, this right here, right there at that 64, that's another add to that trade. But I elected not to take it just to be conservative on my sizing. And then market burst below. I took one of the contracts off, and then you heard the rest of the conversation. Don't get greedy. Don't get greedy. Don't get greedy. But right here is another target, and really Globex is another target. But you see what the market did. They just paused, reversed, and now they're putting a continuation pattern short. So all what you saw here is part of the Harmony trading system. But it's not a classical signal. And the part of the learning process is you learn what the rules are, and then you learn, for example, going against the 200 and the 100 it's not advisable. But in certain situations like this one, yeah, the market just gave me a signal on the 50 NT Rinko to go short against the 200 and the 100. Use discretion in that way. The more you experience this, the more you see them. And the more you see them, the more you recognize them. And then you'll be able to take advantage of these type of setups. Make sense? Why you're confused? There's nothing to be confused about. And nothing to be confused about. You stick to trading the 200 and the 100, being in sync, and develop consistency there. And then the longer you spend playing around with these things, you will start recognizing when do you make an exception. Tech Lucky. I saw your message. I'm not sure why the stream is delayed. I have it on low latency, but that's kind of part of the YouTube deal. They have latency, and in our Zoom room, we have no latency or minimum latency. And that's why you're welcome to join for a trial. All right, guys. So let's just keep working here. keep working. All right, Nuggets. Good job, buddy. Good work. All right, let's just keep working here. Let's keep working. So the question, Sheila, is 6NT Rinko and ES reversing right now? There is a very lethargic price action in ES right now. Okay, so what we're seeing on the 50NT Rinko is the market coming into that 53 and getting faded, but they're not really in force. I would, is it reversing? I would know when it's reversed, and that would be at 44.41. It's pausing right now, and the target for that rotation is 53.50. And if they fail to do that, then you're going to get a pullback into this captain setup switch trade, and that's very critical for the market to hold it. And if they fail to hold it, then you're going to get a flush under 44.30, and then that will create momentum. In NQ, you're seeing a little bit more obvious patterns and more obvious range, while ES is literally very lethargic in this spot. So my course of action is to pause and wait for that reversal and wait to see how they're gonna act toward 44.36 and a half. And if they come to that level, the odds are we're gonna break. If we start breaking, then pullbacks become shortable. That would be the setup in ES. In NQ, it's a lot more clear. what you're having. Um, and I say more clear, it's just relative term because there's a lot of noise in NQ today as well. But what we're seeing here is the 200 and the 100 are out of sync. They're out of sync. The 200 is long, the 100 is short, and you're getting price action breaking above the Globex band and coming back to retest Globex price. So what does that mean? Well, that means that the market is really at the core level is a consolidated market. So how should I handle it? I should handle it simply by being extremely patient in a market that looks like this, under trade it. If I trade it with a minimum number of contracts, look for scalping opportunities in the direction of the 20 NT Rinko, and preferably have the 200 and the 100 in your favor. Yeah, I mean, right now, Sheila, the market just shifted in ES, and that would lend itself to a push toward that 36 level that we talked about. So the short story is gathering steam here. Not enough for me to act on it, but enough for me to continue to observe it and see what happens next and wait for the market to line up correctly for me. Then I'll take advantage of that. And to be honest with you, I rather trade NQ today than ES. Oh shoot, yeah, I didn't see that one, Omer. That was a good one. Yep. And you got see that move right here. You have the 100 NT Rinko. They had your 30 NT Rinko captain setup switch trade. Then you have the 50 NT Rinko captain setup switch trade. So, and now you're flushing under Globex. Plus, you got the captain setup failure with a switch trade on NQ. And that just told us the story right there. If I was paying attention versus talking, that was a good signal. I don't know if you took it. I don't know if you took it, Amir, but that was a good one. Didn't take it? Yeah, it's all right. Here we go. Flushy. And guess what happened? The 200 NT Rinko reversed. Now the market is shifting again, and momentum should be starting to show itself. Rallies are shortable, and I'm looking for setups in that direction. The next target on a swing trade basis is going to be 161.75, and we're looking at a harmony. Zone number 1 is 211 by 221. Harmony zone number 2 is 236 by 245, and we're looking for setups in that direction. All right, we're testing harmony zone number one and Globex. Yeah, bouncy, Frida. It is bouncy. I mean, it's just the kind of market that you're seeing what they're doing, right? They're constantly going back and forth around Globex. They're going above and below Globex bands, and then getting faded into the middle of the range. The market is telling us a story, and that story is I'm consolidating, I'm building stops above the ranges, and I'm going to try to trap as many people as possible. So, that type of market, you really have to kind of hit it quick, hit it early, and just kind of let it be, and just look for the big levels for them to be reached. Then you start playing that game. I mean, if we start to go to 161, and that is the target of this rotation is 161, then you're gonna start getting momentum. So that's a big level. What's another big level? Anything above 246, that will put a halt on any short in this rotation. I'd rather be short than long, especially when the market makes a switch trade on the 200 NT Rinko. Switch trade short. That's interesting what the market is doing here. So they shifted the cloud right here, and they're breaking that channel that we had on the short side. So the market is pausing. You're getting a reversal pattern here in ES as well. I mean, if they close anything above 46.5, so you're getting that type of behavior going on. What do I want to do with this? We're back to the dreaded Globex trade, and I simply want to just not be active here. I'll wait. I'll wait. Patience is a trade. Let's go. That's a big deal, Omer, and I'm looking at that. I mean, if we break that 261 again, and if the market is really truly trying to do this, that's a big deal. That's a captain set up long on the 200 NT Rinko. Let them do that if that's what they want to do. I'm not going to participate in this little kind of noisy price action till one of those two things happen. Either we go to 261, then there'll be a captain set up long on the 200 NT Rinko, or we break below Globex and the 195. 195 will trigger me to start going short on rallies. Anything above 261, I'm going to start looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunity. And even May sides up in that rotation as well. Well, I mean, there is a little giddy up going on here with this market. Back to target number one. The key is anything above 50. They start punching 50 back up, then things will start. Man, I tell you, if they break that 261, that's a captain setup. It's a signal. I mean, it's a signal from the 20 NT Rinko and the 100, and supported by the ES behavior. So it's a signal. It's a railroad long at 227, right there. I'm avoiding it, or did not take it, because the proximity to Globex and the choppy behavior that the market is exhibiting. But per rules, if you're only looking at the 20 NT Rinko, you're gonna see this and say, okay, well, that's a railroad long at 227. I should go long. Man, they're gonna. It looks like they're gonna They're gonna go to that 61. No, no. It's a balance area. It's a balanced area. And we've seen it how they behaved around it earlier. It was just this choppy mess. Yeah, it looks like the 200 NT Rinko captain set up long signals coming up. Here it comes. It's a big deal. So here we go. 261 is that reversal pattern. So we're getting very close and stopping. Wow, 200. What do you mean? All right, here we go. So a captain setup on the 200 NT Rinko is just a captain setup. It's just when it happens on the 200 NT Rinko, it's just very significant in the fact that it will be a base for typically a massive move in price action. Let me see if I can find you one. And they don't happen often. I mean, they happen here, for example. It ran up into the close, overnight came and retested it and shot back up. That's the only one I can see here. So if this one closes up at 260, we have a good potential of going to 300 and 350 from it. Yeah, the behavior of the market right now, I mean, we sliced through harmony zone number 1. We came tested harmony zone number 2. Now we're trading above harmony zone number 2. Now we're going to be going to 61, 75. And from there, we have potential to go to 300 and 350. And we have to be, we still have to read the market, right? So it's not going to be an automatic once they get to 261.75 that I'm going to go long. It's going to be, okay, the condition shifted. See the three elements of the trade is the environment, the behavior, the signal. That's what we're looking for. So that will define the environment as a bullish against that captain setup. The behavior is the captain setup, and I'm also looking for a behavior on the 20 NT Rinko, meaning I'm looking at the market to produce a harmony wave long. Then I'm looking for a signal at the beginning of a new harmony wave. So I need those 3 elements in order to make a trade happen. Quatiba, okay, push down and it will push back up. We're looking at the market from the perspective of what we just talked about. We're looking for the 61 to show up. I mean, I don't like what they just did here. I mean, that's just a topping pattern. So they have to bring it back into that 37 and then pull back up and shoot back up to the 61. And they cannot break anything under 211. So whatever rotation they have right now, as far as a pullback, you cannot have a run down below 211. All right, so how is everybody doing so far? It's past 10 o'clock. Brad, how are we doing? Hanson, James, Joseine, uh, Robert. Am I saying your name correctly, Joseine? Maybe the way I pronounce it, but is that accurate? Robert, Sheila, Steven, and Omer. How's everybody doing? Not right? Well, I guess I screwed that up, huh? Hey, Frida, that's good money. That's a couple of cups of coffee. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Well, it's not really a big move here either way. What you got is you got a reversal, came tested the 36, actually missed it by a couple of ticks, and the market reverses. So now that tells me that the biggest support for ES right now is 36 by 31 and a half, and that is a huge support for price action in ES. No problem, Luca. Uh, the hours are till 4 o'clock Central Time. So whatever time that I don't know what time zone that you have, but that's 4 o'clock Central. Then you have an hour off between 4 and 5. Okay, so stop right there for a second. Hold on. Because today's Friday, it's different. Yeah, so it's 4 o'clock. It'll be 4 o'clock today. Just watch out anybody that's long up here. This type of behavior is not necessarily a good thing. I mean, they're so close to it, but they put a switch trade and a captain setup potentially here if they close that 46. Just watch. Like we shouldn't be long here anyway. I mean, we should be long anywhere around that 27. Now you want to see a test of 41 and 34 and look for reversal patterns against a trend line for the next move. So here we're seeing a little bit of distribution of prices, and we are at the top end of the Globex band. So just be conscious of that. Don't get too heavy, and don't give it too much room in an area that looks like this. Yeah, it's no big deal, Luca. You could ask any question you want, my friend. We're here to help, so no big deal. Tech lucky, thank you. Yeah, I don't believe in fluff. I'm the anti-fluff. They're Luca. They're called Ninja Rinko, and they're specific for Ninja Trader. It's called Ninja Rinko. And let me just type it in so you could know exactly what I'm talking about. Slowing down by inching so ever closely to that target that we have. I mean, literally, they hit it and they just simply did not close it. So they need one more attempt at it, and then we'll be there. Yeah, I mean, I used Sierra charts for a long time, and I still have it. Flex Rinko on Sierra chart is the closest to these candles that you'll get, but they're not the exact. And with this system, you have to be very, very precise. So I was looking to program the Harmony trading system into Sierra chart, and we just could not make it happen to where it's exactly what you see here. So that's why it's not on Sierra charts. And the Flex Rinko is, like I said, it's the closest to it, but it's not the same. All right. So what are we doing here? Okay. I mean, we need that break above 61 for us to act. I mean, that's just basically the bottom line. And it's a Friday, and we spent the majority of the time literally in this range. So let them break 61, and I'll start looking at signals to go long. Anything less than that, I'm not interested. Oh man, if watching paint dry is exactly what we're seeing here. This is how paint. This is watching paint dry. Nothing for me to do here till the market actually makes a decision. Yeah, that's why it's very important for us to make our money early and just call it a day on a Friday. Because typically, this is kind of the behavior that you start getting as the day progresses. Things become lethargic, slow, the volume starts seeping out, and then you start getting a little bit of momentum toward the end of the day. Then it's done. So I don't want to make it too difficult for myself. So I like to make my money early and be done. All right, I'm gonna step away for just a moment. All right, all right. So here you go. So that's a captain setup long on the 200 NT Renko. Pullbacks are buyable. You have harmony zone number 1 and 2. Harmony zone number 1 is 236 by 226. Harmony zone number 2, 211 by 205. And we're looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunities. Our target is going to be 286.75. Then after that, we have a break level above 314.75. Then we're heading toward 350. The stop to this rotation, if you see anything under 201, 200, that will be a problem for this idea. International. It's inching and inching and inching. We know our targets. Target is 86. All right, guys, we have about like 3 minutes left right here. So we had one decision basically today. Did I just have one decision? Yeah. It's the only trade I took today. We got short right here, short added there, had a stop at 77, and we took that target and that target. And we made about $800 plus. And pretty much the market continued, and then the market reversed. That's literally like like a couple of moves in the market today. That's all it did. Target coming up. Target coming up. All right, guys, that's it for me. It's 11 o'clock. Good day, another good day. And we hit our target at that 86. And now the next target is going to be 311.75. Harmony zone number one is 261 by 251. Then zone two is 236 by 226. And pullbacks are buyable against those two levels. And that's it. All right, guys, we'll see you bright and early Monday morning, and we will do this again.